One of the writing activities that you're completing is a cover letter. I don't know if anybody's ever had to write one before, if any of y'all have, but they are good documents to learn about, good genres to learn about when you apply to a job. So they're becoming more and more and more common because it's just all part of that application process. So I wanted to kind of explain it just in case you're a little confused. Cover letters, again, are all part of that application process. When you apply to a job, you include a resume. You're also learning about resumes this week. It's extra credit this week, the resume, but the resume lists your objectives for the professional world, your education experience, your work experience, and any kind of, awards or anything like that. But a resume lists it. It doesn't look like a written report, right? It's just a listed information about you. So a cover letter highlights resume information, but allows you to kind of voice them in a narrative. So it looks more like a letter. It is a letter, right? So it allows you to voice those experiences because a resume is short and brief. It just bullet points information. So that cover letter kind of gives you that edge, allowing your personality to shine through a little bit. This is important in jobs where there's a lot of applicants. That cover letter might set you apart from your competitors. So, it just adds a little bit more about you, that own narrative. So you want to be taken serious. So for this assignment, for this cover letter, I want you to just search for jobs related to your major or interests, just so you can find a detailed application. Just search on Google. That's a good way to start. Whatever your major is, what type of jobs are related to that field. So do a search. See if you can find, jobs for that. And when you do find a job, do a little research on it to understand if you don't know what the organization is, just make sure you're clear what the organization is so that you can kind of understand their mission. Maybe you want to Google the name of their mission. If you wanted to be a digital analyst for Amazon, and maybe you want to see what Amazon's mission statement is. So Googling, mission statement for Amazon or something, just so you can kind of use those words in your cover letter. And then you're going to write a cover letter that expresses your interest in this job that you found. What is the job description? What I mean by that is when you find the job application online, it'll probably connect you to job searching websites like Indeed, or Google has job search websites as well, lists. But they give you a really good job description. And the reason I want you to read that job description is, again, so you can use the words that they use in the cover letter, because that's really important. It shows that you read the application, and that helps you, again, gives you that competitive edge. So try to use those words in the letter. We are looking for a SEO optimized research agent. They use that kind of terminology that you want to make sure you incorporate as well into the letter. So make sure to include all of this information below, and I mean all of it, just because it's a very formal letter. So you want to be taken serious. You want to pretend you're applying to this job. So they follow a strict letter format. So first of all, it's got to look like a letter because it's a cover letter. Think about letters that we practiced at the beginning of the semester. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So, should be written in the following order. Is kind of that order of importance. First paragraph should include all the following. What is the position title? What is it called? Digital specialist. That's the title of a job, right? Fashion consultant, things like that. What position are you applying to? What is the official title? What is the organization? Who is offering the job? Who's the job for? Is it for Target? Is it for Amazon? Is it for Walmart? I don't know, digital companies. Tesla. There we go. Things like that. Why are you interested in this job? What is your mission professionally? And that's actually talked about in a resume, an objective statement. So what is your objective professionally? And mention that. But make sure that it connects, that your goals, that your interests align with the job. That's why you want to read that job description, to make sure you know what it is. How do the missions and goals of the organization align with your goals. So that's why you want to know what their mission statement is, because you can say, hey, I saw that your mission statement or your vision statement is this. So I actually, that's similar to my interests as well professionally. It just shows that respect that you took the time and you know their company well, or the organization. So the second paragraph should include all of the following. What skills do you have? I didn't put this link. By the time you watch this video, there will be a link here that lists job skills, and you want to use those in the paper. So what I used to do in a face-to-face class is I used to have students look at the link that's going to be right here when you click it, when you get to this. And I used to have them list, like 10 that spoke to them, that, responsible skills, strong communication skills, organized, things like that, making a list and then highlighting maybe three or four of the most important ones. And then think about that order of importance and write about those 3 or 4 skills that you highlighted when you made the list in your mind or wrote it down. And then use that descending order of importance and connect each skill to that job you're applying to. What does responsibility have to do with data analysis? What does, let's say, organization skills have to do with data analysis? Connect each skill. It's so important to do that. And then, so that's the second paragraph, is your own skills. And then it's any type of skills. What skills do you use in school? They're still important. They're preparing you for the professional world. If you work, what skills do you use at the workplace? It's all stuff that you can already think about now to apply to a job. Third paragraph, what previous experience, meaning other work experience or education? Even if y'all are just starting out, you may or may not, it just depends. But, what did you do in the past? That was an accomplishment. That even in a personal setting, it's fine to write about that if that's what you have. Write about something that you've accomplished that might help you get this job. And again, think of that descending order of importance, where what's the most important one to talk about first, and then connect it to the job. What's the second most important? Things like that. Were you in student council and you helped the school save money to get a grant, things like that. And how does that help you for the grant writing position, or for the data analysis position? Maybe you can crunch numbers good, so you know how to budget. You can help the company learn how to budget, things like that. Just connect it to the job itself. And then what else? So connect those experiences. That's the third paragraph. So that focuses more on the kind of real workplace experiences and successes that you've had. And then the fourth paragraph, how can the person hiring you contact you? It's just kind of closing points. So how can they contact you? Through email or phone number? So provide those as well. For this assignment, you can make up a phone number if you want. Use your school email, but make up a phone number if you're not comfortable. Of course, in a real job, use your real phone number. And then, who knows, you could use this for something. It's really helpful. And then designing the cover letter, you want to be taken serious. So it should be letter format. Align everything, don't indent. So I'm not going to click this sample because it's a real sample, so I don't want to put somebody's information on the recording screen. But when you click this, you'll see that everything is aligned evenly to the left. It's on the cover letter's on page 1 of this sample. Include your contact information first as a list. So when you click that letter, you're going to see the person, it's your information first. Your own personal information is first. And then below this contact information, include the date that you wrote the letter. So spell out the month and the completed year. And then below that is the contact information of the person hiring you. So it's your contact information first, date, and then the person's contact information that you're applying to. For that job you find, just Google where the place is located and just put that as the location. That's fine. But in a real cover letter, of course, take a little bit more time researching what that is. But just put, or if you want, I forgot to have that. You can address this to me if you want, but find a real job when you're searching. but sometimes they don't have a lot of detailed information. You have to actually sometimes apply or fill out the form, and I don't expect you to do that, obviously. So you can address it to me as if I'm the one hiring you. That's fine. But so you can include the DACC address if you want. And then opening salutation, that goes above this first paragraph. So dear, and then it's to me. Okay. And then you write the whole letter, and then after that fourth paragraph, you need that closing salutation, sincerely, comma, and then your name goes below, give it a space, and your name goes below the closing salutation. If this is not formatted as a letter, you will receive a 0, so just be careful with that. Complete this on a Word document or Google file only. If this part is really confusing, it's again easier to visually see something for me. Again, this sample right here is excellent. Just use it as a guide. It's page 1 as well. But I don't want to click it for this lecture because I don't want somebody's personal information on here for the recording. So if you have any questions, let me know. But this is a great activity, writing activity to practice for real situations. Plus, it's for something that you're reaching towards. It's a goal you're reaching towards in the future. So let me know if you have any questions.